Welcome to Tech to Go. I'm your host, Toby, and today we're diving deep into the new Motorola Moto G Power 2025, a budget-friendly smartphone that brings some impressive features to the table without breaking the bank. Let's explore what makes this device tick, where it shines, and where it might fall short. The Moto G Power line has always been known for delivering solid value, and this 2025 edition continues that tradition at a price point of $299.99. But before you rush to buy one, remember that Motorola phones typically see price drops shortly after launch, so patience might reward you with an even better deal. Let's start with the design, which is one of the standout features of this phone. The Moto G Power 2025 comes in a beautiful vegan leather finish that feels premium in the hand. Available in slate gray and leaf green colors, the textured back not only looks great, but also resists fingerprints. Motorola has also significantly upgraded the durability with IP68, IP69 water, and dust resistance ratings, allowing the phone to survive immersion in up to 1.5 meters of fresh water for 30 minutes. It even meets military-grade standards for durability, which is quite impressive for a phone in this price range. The display is a spacious 6.8-inch IPS LCD with a resolution of 1080 by 2388 pixels. It supports a 120 Hz refresh rate, making scrolling and animations appear smoother. While the screen is bright enough for most situations, it does struggle a bit under direct sunlight due to high reflectivity. This is one area where OLED screens have an advantage, but they're rarely found at this price point. Under the hood, we find the MediaTek Dimensity 6300 processor paired with 8 GB of RAM. Here's where things get interesting, and a bit disappointing. While this is a newer chip than last year's model, it's actually a step down in performance. Benchmarks show the 2025 G Power scoring lower than its predecessor, which is unusual to see in a yearly upgrade. The phone feels slightly sluggish, with apps taking a few extra seconds to load and occasional stuttering when multitasking. For everyday tasks like checking email, browsing social media, and watching videos, the performance is adequate. Light gaming is possible, though more demanding titles will show some frame drops and stuttering. It's not frustratingly slow by any means, but if you're coming from a higher-end phone, you'll definitely notice the difference. Battery life has always been the G Power's claim to fame, and the 2025 model carries on this tradition with a 5,000 mAh battery. You can expect over a day of typical use, though heavy users might need to reach for the charger by bedtime. The good news is that the phone supports 30-watt turbo power charging, giving you hours of power in just minutes of charging. Even more impressive is the inclusion of 15-watt wireless charging, a feature rarely seen in budget phones. Moving on to the camera system, the Moto G Power 2025 features a dual camera setup on the back with a 50-megapixel main sensor and an 8-megapixel ultra-wide that doubles as a macro camera. The selfie camera is 16 megapixels. In good lighting conditions, the main camera takes decent photos with punchy colors and good contrast, though they tend to be a bit soft on close inspection. The ultra-wide camera struggles more, especially in less than ideal lighting. Night photography is where the limitations become more apparent. You'll want to use the dedicated night mode, as standard photos in low light are quite poor. Even with night mode enabled, the results show artificial sharpening and lack fine detail. Video recording is limited to 1080p at 30 frames per second, with no option for 4K recording. The quality is adequate for casual use, but won't impress more serious content creators. On the software front, the phone ships with Android 15 and Motorola's clean, minimal interface. Motorola has improved its update policy, promising 2 Android OS upgrades and 3 years of security updates. This means the phone will receive Android 16 and 17, which is a welcome improvement over previous Moto devices. The interface is pleasantly free of bloatware, though there are some pre-installed apps you might want to remove. One of the cool features is Smart Connect, which allows you to wirelessly connect the phone to a TV or monitor for a desktop-like experience, similar to Samsung's DeX. You can also seamlessly transfer files between other Motorola and Lenovo devices. It's nice to see these productivity features making their way to budget phones. For connectivity, the Moto G Power 2025 supports 5G networks, though not the fastest mmWave technology. It includes Wi-Fi 5, Bluetooth 5.3, and NFC for contactless payments. The phone also retains 2 increasingly rare features: a 3.5mm headphone jack and a microSD card slot that supports up to 1 terabyte of additional storage. The speakers get impressively loud, earning an excellent rating for volume, though this comes at the expense of audio quality. Music can sound flat with noticeable distortion at higher volumes. Call quality, however, is quite good, with clear audio on both ends of the conversation. At a price of $299.99, the Moto G Power 2025 offers a mix of impressive features and some compromises. The durable design, wireless charging, and clean software experience are highlights, while the step down in performance and average camera quality are the main drawbacks. For those shopping in this price range, it's worth considering alternatives like the Samsung Galaxy A25, which offers better software support with 4 years of OS upgrades instead of 2, or even looking at slightly older premium models that have dropped in price, like the Pixel 7a, which can often be found around $300 and offers superior camera performance. What are your thoughts on the Moto G Power 2025? Are features like wireless charging and water resistance more important to you than raw performance? Or would you prefer a faster phone that might lack some of these extras? I'd love to hear your opinions in the comments below. Before I sign off, I want to thank you for tuning in to Tech to Go. If you enjoyed this episode, please hit that like button and subscribe to stay updated on all our future tech coverage. Your support helps us continue bringing you in-depth looks at the latest gadgets and tech trends. Until next time, I'm Toby, and this has been Tech to Go.